What up, guys? Back again with another UFC Fight Picks video on the UFC Fortaleza card. Let's go ahead and get started here with these picks. So I'm gonna do mostly quick picks on this one. So first fight of the night, you got Bibliotov versus Rogerio Bonarin. So Rogerio's making his debut. I'm gonna go ahead and take Magomed in this matchup. Pretty good fighter. I think he only lost one time in his last fight against who was it, Moraga, I think. Let me check here real quick. Yeah, he only has one loss. Yeah, he got slept against Moraga, but overall he's pretty good. And it's kind of hard to get it. It's kind of hard to bet against these Russians, especially against this Brazilian guy, kind of unknown. So yeah, I'm gonna take Magomed on this one. Probably just take him down, grind them out. So I got Magomed by decision. Alright, so next fight, Ramos versus another Russian, Nurmagomedov. So yeah, I'm gonna take the other Russian on this one also. I mean, it's kind of hard to bet against these Russians. Ramos been looking pretty good, but Said looked pretty good in his last fight, even though he won by split decision. I think once again that wrestling is probably gonna be able to win in the fight. More likely he's gonna win by decision. So I got Said by decision. All right, next matchup we got two Brazilians, Geraldo versus Felipe. Don't know too much about these guys. Kind of similar. I'm just gonna go ahead and take the favorite, Geraldo, in this matchup. Probably just get a couple takedowns. Fight probably be kind of slow pace. So I'll just take him by decision. Alright, this next fight, Albini versus Rosenstruik or whatever. Yeah, so this guy's a kickboxer, tons of power, undefeated. Albini has not looked good in his last couple fights, or his last two fights. Yeah, and his fight IQ doesn't look too good. I think, the fight obviously starts on the feet. I mean, so stand-up wise, I think, what's his name, Jarzino, whatever, he's gonna be able to keep it on the feet. Use that power, use that striking, probably land the big shot, and probably knock out Albini early in the fight. Probably, if not late in the first or second round knockout. But yeah, man, this guy has a lot of power, undefeated. Out of 6 wins, 5 wins by knockout. So I see him getting the finish. Albini has some submission wins, but doesn't look like he really goes for those takedowns. So that seems to be like the weakness for the kickboxer here. But I don't see Albini really getting it down to the ground, especially like in his last couple fights. He doesn't really go for the takedown. So yeah, I got the kickboxer here, Jarzino, by knockout. I'm gonna go ahead and say second round. And next fight, we got Alves versus Griffin. So yeah, Alves, it's kind of hard to pick him nowadays. So I'm gonna go ahead and take Griffin in this matchup. Griffin's pretty good striker. He looks pretty sharp on the feet, has the longer reach. It should be a fun stand-up fight because Alves, obviously a good striker himself. So it should be just mostly on the feet. Both these guys like to strike. Both of them have about 50% knockout rate. Should be a pretty good fight, but I think Griffin here just is more durable. He's more faster, a little bit sharper, and Alves' chin looks like it's starting to fade away a little bit. So I'll take Griffin here, either by decision or maybe like a late knockout. So I'll go ahead and just say Griffin, third round knockout. All right, next fight we got Barella versus Tayla Santos. So Santos here, I think she's undefeated here, 15-0. Let me double check over here. Come on. All right, yeah, 15 fight win streak, 10 wins by knockout, 2 by submission. So she's making her debut here in Brazil. Romero Barella doesn't really seem that good. She's mostly just trying to get the fight to the ground. I think Santos here should be able to just kind of use her striking, keep it on the feet, avoid the takedown, just probably win by decision here. I mean, she has a lot of power, but in the female fights, it's kind of hard, for the females to get finished. So I'll go ahead and take the newcomer here, to win in Brazil by decision. So yeah, Santos by decision. All right, next fight here we got Perez versus Anthony Hernandez. Hernandez making his UFC debut. He fought in the Contender Series, coming off I think a knockout win. Looks like like an all-around fighter. Looks good everywhere. Perez, he's kind of similar to him, so this is kind of a similar kind of matchup. But I think Hernandez is probably the guy with the more potential. So I'll just go ahead and take Hernandez here to win in this matchup. The fight would probably be mostly on the feet, so I'll just take Hernandez here by decision. Alright, next fight, we're on to the main card here. We got Souza versus Froda. Yeah, I'm going to just take Souza here in this matchup. She looked pretty good her last fight, and she's fighting against a newcomer here in Froda. Yeah, I don't really see Froda really doing much here in this fight. Yeah, I think Souza's just the more superior fighter, and I got to win him by decision more than likely. So that's going to be my pick for that fight. Alright, moving on. We got Johnny Walker versus Justin Ledet. So a lot of people are on Johnny Walker here in this matchup. They seen that last fight against Roundtree, and everybody's kind of on the hype right now. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take Ledet. Go on the opposite of that, because Ledet has good striking. He has good boxing. He used to kind of grapple. Have some submissions. And he has submissions in his record or whatever. But in his last fight, he kind of just got wrestled the whole fight. And Johnny Walker really can't. He's not much of a wrestler. He's not much of a submission guy. He's more about the knockout. So I think it's gonna be a stand-up fight. So Ledet doesn't really gotta worry as much about the takedowns. So I think Ledet, keeps the fight on the feet, boxes Walker up here, just lands shots. I don't think he's going to be able to knock out Walker, but you never know. But more than likely, I think Ledet probably takes this fight to decision. Just uses that boxing, uses that range. Like I said, he has really good boxing. Walker, I mean, he just, he has a lot of power, but I'm not sold on that hype. So yeah, I'm going to take Ledet here. I mean, unless Ledet fights another guy that could wrestle pretty good, I'm not going to really pick against them. So yeah, Ledet by decision. All right, moving on to the next fight. All right, so we got Oliveira here against David Teymur. Pretty good fight. Teymur is on a long win streak, and Oliveira also has a 3-fight win streak right now. Oliveira's looking pretty good. Obviously, you guys already know Oliveira is a quick finisher. Really good jiu-jitsu. Been looking good here at 155. But he's fighting against Teymur now. He only has one loss. Teymur has pretty good takedown defense. He's a Swedish multi-champion, good striker. I think Teymur's gonna be able to get it done here in this matchup. I mean, I like Oliveira and his finishing ability. He's probably a good play for DraftKings. So I might throw him on a lineup or two, but I think as far as a pick, I think I got to take Teymur, only because I think Taymur's gonna be able to avoid the takedowns and just kind of piece up Oliveira on the feet. I think Oliveira's gonna be kind of struggling here to take him down. And it's gonna be kind of hard to get Teymur down. So yeah, I just gotta take Teymur here in this matchup. I think the striking's gonna be able to get it done. Teymur also has good power. Even though a lot of fights go to decision, he has good power. Like I said, he's a Swedish multi-champion. And you guys already know Oliveira starts out pretty good, but then starts getting tired as the fight goes on. So yeah, man, I'm taking Teymur, and I think he gets him out of there probably in the second or third round. I'm gonna go ahead and say second round knockout for David Teymur. All right, moving on, we got Demian Maia versus Lyman Good. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and pick against Demian Maia here, guys, in this matchup. I know he's been fighting, the top level guys, guys with good wrestling and whatnot. But man, this guy's getting old. He's 41 years old, 42. Lyman Good, this guy's a tank. I mean, this guy just looks like a beast. Looks to have good takedown defense. He's gonna be able to, I think, stop the takedowns early. A lot of people stop the takedowns early from Maia, but then eventually he catches you. But lately, I don't know. I feel like Maia's, takedowns are just getting a little bit, a little bit shittier each fight. Like he's having more difficulty getting the takedowns. Like I said, I know he's been fighting good wrestlers, but I think Lyman good. He packs a lot of power. He's very explosive. I think all he really has to do is just stop the takedowns early, and just land a couple good shots, and I think one of them's gonna be able to rock out. One of them's gonna be able to rock Demian Maia on the feet. Now Maia doesn't really have any chin issues, but I think he's getting older. Good got that power, so I could see him getting him out of there. So I'm gonna go ahead and take Good here. He's the underdog. So we'll see if he gets it done. Like I said, a lot of people probably gonna still pick Maia, but I'm gonna go ahead and fade him this time. Pick Lyman Good here by knockout. So I'm gonna go ahead and say Good probably gets him out of there in the second round after Maia gets tired in that first round. Second round, if Good is able to stop the takedowns and gas Maia out a little bit, he'll knock him out in that second round. So Good by second round knockout. All right, next fight. All right, so this is a co-main event, guys. We got Aldo versus Moicano. So Aldo looked good his last fight against Jeremy Stevens. And Moicano, this guy's been looking pretty good. Only lost to Ortega. Very high volume striker. Good striking, good boxing. I think he's a little bit longer. Yeah, 2-inch reach advantage. Tall featherweight, 5'11". We see Aldo kind of struggles with these taller guys. So I'm going to take Moicano in this matchup. He's the guy on the come up right now. Aldo already said he's going to retire, I think, this year. So, maybe that'll kind of motivate Aldo to just, end his career, on this win streak. But, I think Moicano here, the way he's been fighting, he's been looking pretty good. His jiu-jitsu is really good. But, his striking's just been getting better. He throws a ton of volume. So it's going to be hard to outpoint him. I think Aldo, if he uses those leg kicks, could do some damage, but he doesn't really use those leg kicks anymore. He just likes to box mainly, and Moicano has good boxing himself. So, man, it's kind of hard to pick against Aldo. I usually try not to pick against them, but, I got to take Moicano in this matchup. Hopefully, Aldo loses on this one because, well, I'm not picking him this time. So, watch. This guy's going to end up winning or some shit, but anyways, I'm going to go and take Moicano. I think he'll be able to outpoint Aldo. If somehow it goes to the ground, I think Moicano will be better. It's a 3-round fight. So technically, Aldo would probably look better in this type of fight. In a 3-round fight where you can use, all that gas. But I'm still going to take Moicano here in the matchup. So I got Moicano more than likely winning by decision. He'll just outpoint him. Just do more than Aldo. And yeah, that'll be my pick, Moicano by decision. Alright, moving on to the main event finally. We got Assuncao versus Moraes. I'm going to take Moraes here, guys, in this matchup. He's been looking really good. I think in these last couple fights, I think he's on like a 3-fight win streak or something. Let me check. But yeah, he's been looking really good. Assuncao, obviously, this guy's the same guy. He's just kind of, he's above average. He's just good everywhere. Moraes, though, this guy's getting, he's knocking people out. Looking pretty good here. Yeah, last 2 fights, he knocks out Rivera, who I thought was pretty good. And I actually picked Rivera in that fight, and this guy sleeps him, so that was impressive. Against Sterling, he also sleeps him in the first round. That was very impressive right there. Now, this guy's loss was to Assuncao in the UFC, so Assuncao already beat him. But that was, his debut. So, he could have had some of the jitters, and I think the fight, was kind of close. I think Assuncao barely edged it out. And Assuncao, let me check his wins, his last couple wins here. This guy's only losing to the top guys also. He beat Font, good striker. He beats him by decision. He beat Lopez. And then there's Moraes right there. But yeah, man, I just feel like Moraes has been looking just more impressive. Has more power. I think Moraes is for sure the better striker. And yeah, man, I see Moraes, continue the streak going here. He's continuing to look good. And yeah, so I'll take Moraes. Sansal's pretty durable, but I think you can still crack that chin. He's getting a little older, so I could actually see Moraes getting another finish here in this fight. So I'll pick Moraes. I'm gonna go ahead and say like a 3rd round knockout. All right, guys. So that's gonna be it for the picks. Let's see. Let me give you guys my most confident picks. All right. So my most. Let's see. Hold up. Where's he at? Go back over here. You know what? I really like Max Griffin here. He'll be my most confident pick. A lot of these fights are kind of close. So like I said, you know, you never know. What if Alves looks really good in the fight or something like that? You know, it is a stand-up fight. But I'd say Griffin is my most confident pick. Obviously, the Russians here. Biblotov, another most confident pick. And then, you know what? Where's the fucking what's her name? Souza. Yeah, Souza right here. Very confident in her also. I think she'll probably get the win for sure too. So those are my top 3 most confident picks: Souza, Griffin, and Biblotov. All right, guys. So that's gonna be it for the picks. Subscribe for more videos. You know, I'm gonna keep doing the videos every single time there's a UFC fight card. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy the fights, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.